Hello guys, so today I will start analog communication. So as you all know, analog communication is the combination of two parts, that is first one is analog, second one is communication. So whenever we are going to define any kind of communication, so communication comes from the Latin word communicare. That means I have to transfer, I have to exchange the information between 2 points. One is source to destination. So communication means exchange of information between source and destination. And if this communication will be occurred through analog signal, if the information is analog one, then we are saying the analog communication. If the information is digital one, then we are saying digital communication. So now three basic parameters of communication. Three basic parameters of communication. Any kind of communication, it may be analog communication, it may be digital communication. So these three parameters are, first one is source, destination and channel. Source can be termed as sender, which can send the information to the destination, and destination can be termed as receiver, which can receive the information from the source or center. And channel is nothing but the link between sender and receiver. It will link the sender to the receiver, or I can say the channel will receive the signal from the sender and transfer it to the particular destination called receiver. So if we will draw the communication process, it will look like this. Source, that is nothing but your sender, this is the destination, which is the receiver, and channel, or I can say this is the medium. So this is the main diagram of communication process, having three major: sender, which can send the information to the receiver through channel; receiver, which can receive the information from sender through channel; and channel will create the bridge between sender and receiver. It will act as a bridge between sender and receiver. It will collect the information from sender and transmit it to the receiver. So this is the communication channel, communication process. Next one is signal, or I can say information part. Now the information part, going to the information part. Information part is one of the most vital topic in your communication related subjects. So information. Information can be transmitted from sender to receiver in the form of signal. It will be transmitted in the form of signal. So I can say the information can be transmitted in the form of signal from sender to receiver. Now depending on the pattern of the signal, or I can say depending on the pattern of the information, the signal can be divided, or depending on the pattern, the signal can be divided into two categories. One is analog signal, second one is digital signal. So analog signal, as I told in your class, that whenever the information will be represented in the form of some electric wave, magnetic wave, electromagnetic wave, or any other wave, continuous wave, then that will be considered as analog signal. Like your sinusoidal signal, like your triangular signal, continuous. It has some continuous value in its entire time span from initial stage to final stage. I'm giving you an example that whenever you have to fill up the bucket from your tap, so what will you do? You just on the tap. From that beginning until your bucket will be filled, you have to switch on the tap, and after completion the filling up of bucket, you have to switch off the tap. Then from initials to final stage, the entire amount of the entire time slot have its own value to fill up the bucket. Like suppose this is your tap, you have to switch on to fill up this bucket. Okay, from the initial T1 equal to 0, you are switching on the tap. Now at T2 equal to T, your bucket is filled. Now you will switch off the tap. Okay, so 0 to T in entire time span, you have some values of water in your bucket. Like 0, whenever it is 0, your bucket has this much water. 1, your bucket has this, 1.7 this, up to T, your bucket has this much amount of water. So each and every instance has its own value. So that is analog signal, and it can be represented by a continuous wave or any kind of energy wave, that is electric wave, electromagnetic wave, magnetic wave, like this. So this is analog signal. Now digital signal can be defined as the signal which can be represented by digits. Remember this, digits. Obviously this one is discrete, but not all the discrete signal can be termed as digital. The discrete signal, those discrete signal which can be represented in the terms of digits can only known as digital signal. Suppose I am giving you an example, the daily attendance of a student in your class. Suppose day 1 has 12 students, day 2 has 14 students, day 3 has 20 students, day 4 has 5 students. So if I am saying that plot this presence of students in a graph, then what will you do? This is number of students, this is number of days. So day 1 has suppose 5, 10, 15, 20. Day 1 has 12. Day 2 14. day 320, day 45. So see, whenever I am going to represent the graph, I am using digits, and not every instant of this time slot from day 1 to day 2, in between 1 and 2, the value is 0. So no, at a particular time stand you have some digital value. If the value can be represented in digits, so this type of signal can be known as digital signal. Now this both kind of signal also can be divided into two categories, that is periodic signal and aperiodic signal. Again, digital signal can be classified into two categories, periodic and aperiodic. Remember, this depends on pattern. Okay. So now periodic means the signal which is repeating itself after a certain period. Okay, like if this filling up of balti, if you will do every day at the same time, okay, then it will called as periodic. Aperiodic means amount of rain in your area, that is aperiodic. That doesn't mean that every day your area every day it will be rainy, it will rain in your area. Okay, that is uncertainty of time, it will not repetitive, non-repetitive signal. Now digital signal, suppose periodic signal, suppose you have to watch the IPL match every day from 7:30 to 11:30, that is that time slot is represented by digits, and it will be repeated itself every day. You have to watch the IPL match from 7:30 to 11:30. So this is periodic signal. Aperiodic signal, suppose this one, the present of the students every day. So this can't be repetitive. Maybe next week the amount will be changed. Okay, then this is known as aperiodic. The signal, if the signal repeats itself repetitive one after a certain period, then it is known as periodic signal. If the signal is non-repetitive signal, or it cannot be repeat itself, or it will not repeat itself after a certain period, then it is called aperiodic signal. So today that much for today. Next class we will move to the modulation topic. Okay, thank you all.